lately I haven't been seeing people talk about Top Rank and these roster moves they've been making. It's been a lot of moves they've been having done lately that's not really being brought to the forefront as far as the attention from certain people, because when Arnold Barbosa moving to Golden Boy from ESPN, he feels like he has a better opportunity over in Golden Boy to have certain fights put on. He feels like he's been put behind the eight ball a few times and not really been promised certain opportunities, because he hasn't been busy lately like that. He probably fought 4 times in the last 4 years, probably. So he's kind of looking to speed up his growth and development in the boxing game. He's starting to get older now, and he's looking for those bigger opportunities. Someone who also left is Mike Conlon. I think Mike Conlon is in the 130 division, but he's someone who just left recently. Mike Conlon was with ESPN, and I feel like he's now moved to Matchroom in the Zone. So he's someone else who's taking their talents to somewhere else that was previously with ESPN and Top Rank. Jose Ramirez was another person who was also with Top Rank and has decided to leave recently. So it's a lot of different things that's going on with guys that feel like certain opportunities aren't coming to them. To be honest, at Top Rank, you just gotta fight yourself into situations. I feel like they always put guys in certain situations where you can fight your way into a situation, you can fight your way out. Even when sometimes you're ex-champion for Top Rank and you're coming off 2 losses, they still sometimes put you in a position where you're 2 fights away from winning a belt or being in a position to fight for a belt. So a lot of times guys have to be able to appreciate certain situations they're in, because when you go to another company or with another manager or promoter, it's not going to be as easy as it is right now for you. You might feel like you got it pretty much easy now, but later on, it's going to be a lot of decisions going to be made for you as far as what you can do and what you can't do. And I don't know, a lot of guys are going to have to figure it out, because from what I've seen on Top Rank, they got a lot of new talent on the roster right now. I feel like everyone on the undercard right now is on an audition, especially when it was like later on in the year. There was a lot of undercard guys that were out there for auditions, as far as someone who can basically stick around and be on the Top Rank roster. I feel like a lot of rosters don't do that. They don't have certain fights where guys can actually fight for a spot, or kind of put themselves in a position to actually compete for a spot. I feel like that happens a lot more than at Top Rank than it happens at other places. I feel like other places, they try to set a guy up for an easy win, and it kind of backfires later on. So Top Rank kind of giving out more challenges. That's why you have guys like Keyshawn Davis. And then what people have to realize is Keyshawn Davis is in a position right now, and with a lot of these guys leaving the company, it's only going to help him out, because he's one of the most decorated guys in the company as far as amateur background. And for people to kind of leave the company and have him kind of move towards the front as far as priority-wise, that's only going to help him out. And like I said, all you got to do is fight in that company and you'll be all right. Certain situations you can't really put up with, because a lot of other companies like PBC, they don't really want to split the pie sometimes. It's all allegedly. They just don't want to split the pie with certain fighters or certain companies, or the price that they're taking back to the fighters as far as, okay, you're gonna get this, and this is how much we're gonna give you, or this is how much the deal is for you. They don't end up getting a lot, you know what I'm saying? Or the portion that they want for a big fight is not as big as they would like. If a fight makes $100 million and you only made $20 million and the other guy made $20 million, at the end of the day, you still $20 million richer, but you took a loss at the end of the day. You took a huge loss at the end of the day. Because now you have other situations where that person who actually came and brought you that deal, now they middleman and they probably made $50 million off of it. And that extra $10 million they probably threw to someone else. But that's how usually deals go. That's why they kind of break away from them certain deals that guys put together, because a lot of times they come out with nothing on the other end. But I don't know what's been going on lately as far as the reason why different guys have left. I know with Teofimo Lopez, he was kind of looking for different kind of situations as far as money wise. He wants to get paid a lot more lucrative, and I guess with Top Rank being scale pay or something like that, it's definitely like not something that he'll be able to sustain over time as far as low pay, especially if he has a lot of bills and things he got to pay for. Even in the case with Berlanga recently, people haven't even noticed. Like, it's almost like Matchroom is almost like the G League for Top Rank or something, because it's like people haven't even noticed that Berlanga went down to Matchroom and now he got a deal. People haven't even mentioned it. And Berlanga just went down there, and now he's got a deal with Matchroom. And it's kind of like, and I still don't know what the reason for Bob Arum and Top Rank separate for Berlanga. I guess the performances, I guess they seen recently was lackluster. They are those type of guys. They'll have certain standards about a fight, or if they don't like the results of a fight, how it looked after they were done, they'll kind of move away from that. You know what I'm saying? They won't kind of entertain a lackluster performance or a fighter. They kind of watch their investments. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes back to money, so. They feel like the investment they're making is not really flourishing, they'll kind of step back away from that. But people haven't realized lately, Top Rank's been making some huge kind of adjustments lately to their roster. I'm just putting this out there now because, you know, it's just a thought I came across. But, you know, a lot of people, they'll try to take my thoughts and try to act like it's their own, but time will show, you know what I'm saying, who the cream of the crop is. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people out here trying to use certain ideas. You know, most people got similar thoughts in boxing, but it ain't that similar. I don't think the same exact thing as everybody else. So if people start trying to say the same thing I'm saying, it's gonna try to make it seem like we both copying each other, but it's not that situation. A lot of people already know Top Rank has been losing people, but I know one guy was trying to make it seem like them losing fighters and stuff like that mean that it was over for them. Nah, they have guys on their roster that's a lot more talented than the guys that they're letting go. That's why the guys are getting let go. Duh. Y'all don't even know that. Talking about it's over for Top Rank. No, it ain't over. Top Rank got a lot of divisions. And I ain't talking about weight classes. They got a lot of divisions in Top Rank. They can shut a division down and still keep it running. There's a lot of things the Top Rank has going on. They're way ahead of guys. I've already told people about that in certain areas. But it's just crazy how I've noticed that now. It's like what Top Rank does, they do things a lot different than most people. They'll kind of move away from the young talent fast. You know what I'm saying? You might be 25, 26, 27, 28. They'll be like, yeah, we're done with them, man. We seen all we wanted to. All we needed to see, we're done. We'll move in another direction. And that's the way it goes. Definitely in another direction. But boxing fans are so fake. That's why I don't respect no boxing fan. I gotta see what you talking about first before you can jump up and start telling me what to say and how to think. Because y'all seen Berlanga leave Top Rank and ain't said nothing about it. I haven't said 2 words about Berlanga leaving Top Rank. Y'all don't really believe in the stuff y'all be talking about. Only thing y'all want to do is a certain fighter, a certain country, a certain promoter, a certain promotional company. That's what y'all be rooting for. It ain't got nothing to do with who's better or none of that stuff. It don't got nothing to do with skills. It really don't got nothing to do with boxing. It has nothing to do with boxing. That's what I'm seeing now. I'm not even a huge Berlanga fan. I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, Berlanga just left Top Rank. I'm like, that's crazy. He just fought Angulo. I'm like, man, he ain't had no other fights since then? I'm talking about as far as on Top Rank. I know he already fought on Matchroom. I'm like, man, he ain't got no other fight again. Oh. That was the last one. They let him go. They let him go after being a main event. Still was a main event fighter. They let him go. Man. I'm telling you. They trying to get some fighters at Top Rank now where they ain't got to be like, hey, we need you to put on the show. They want it to be now. If you're on the main event, they know you're going to put on the show. Win or lose, they know you're going to be a showstopper. Kind of like how, because even though you might not agree about Lomachenko, he put on some of the best fights. He be putting on some action-packed fights when he be in the fight. So they kind of wanted to get to that standard as far as, because Lomachenko's at a point now, he's took enough hard fights to where, you know, you can fight him you can throw him in any fight with any style. It's going to be an action-packed fight. Same way with Tyson Fury. That's one thing Bob Arum does know. He's like, oh, I can throw a guy. That's why he wasn't really even worried about the Ngannou and Fury fight. He knew that it was gonna be action packed. He know that's the type of style that Fury has, and certain guys that he have in the stable, Teofimo, Lomachenko, even Jared Anderson, those guys like that. You know what I'm saying? They action packed style, so they definitely he doesn't worry too much about how they'll turn out once the fight gets started. So he's kind of, you know what I'm saying, when promoters are finding different fighters that do certain things like that, they're not really causing that many problems. You want to make your job as easy as possible. So you don't want to have a Class A fighter or a top fighter or a champion and be trying to tell him how he needs to put on a show or be a little more entertaining when you have guys they're getting the win and they're entertaining. You don't have to tell them anything. So just a lot of things you would rather do in a position of a promoter. You don't want to invest in someone you got to motivate. It's not really your job. Your job is to put on the fight. So that's kind of the situation that guys are finding themselves in. And it's kind of hard, man. Boxing is difficult, you know. 2 or 3 losses, 4 losses, you're a gatekeeper in most people's eyes. So it's hard in boxing, man. That's why a lot of guys gotta keep trying to prove themselves over and over a long period of time. And but I don't feel like guys feel like Top Rank is just doing them in a certain way where they're not getting paid right at all. Yeah, I mean, you know what you signed up before you got there, though. You know, they start seeing the big money and different things. Now they're like, oh, okay, I need this, I need that, I need that. But that's not really how it goes. You can't really get everything that you don't really deserve. And a lot of guys, they want a lot of stuff they don't deserve. Especially early on, man. You got people, they want to get paid $100 million when you got guys that's on pay-per-view and they're not even putting those kind of numbers up. So it's kind of like, where is all this money going to come from? And who's going to put on the fights? That's kind of my thing. It's like, I just want to know where certain things are going to come from. Because a lot of times they don't like to tell you, like, okay, we're going to pay you this much and that much, and we're really making this much. But over time, when you start realizing how much they make and certain fights, and you realize that because boxing multiple times, and you don't, in most cases, you got to pay the team that you're hiring. You know what I'm saying? Boxing isn't like these other sports like football and basketball where you have to kind of rely on certain other people to kind of break down the finances and different things like that and pass them out. You got to pass them out and pay your own team. And you get paid that one time. So after you get paid that one time, you're not getting no, oh, well, we sold the DVD, so you get money off this. A lot of guys don't get money off DVD sales and different things like that. So that's a lot of situations that happen. But that's definitely something that people got to be mindful of, man. But I think a lot of times it's just that the companies just don't have enough fights for them no more. I mean, they fought everyone in the stable, and you kind of don't want to clear your stable out. You kind of don't want to clear your stable out trying to do too many things as far as trying to keep up with it's a long way to go though as far as 2024 with these boxers. They're gonna realize with these streaming companies and things like that, it's gonna be a lot harder to see. I've been putting videos out there dropping gems for people, but I'm not finna tell y'all the whole the guide, how to figure out everything. You gotta figure out on your own. But I've already told people. People try to say, oh, well, PPC this and Matchroom that. Yeah, but Top Rank got people leaving their stable just as well. They're not above being criticized. Nobody is. PPC, Matchroom, none of these guys, they out here to make money. They're not out here to satisfy every boxer. They satisfy the guys who the money makers, but the guys who's at the bottom or the undercard guys, they don't really. If you can get replaced, they feel like you can get replaced. They don't care about how you feel about anything. Especially with these fans now. They'll know a guy lost, and they'll still act like he won. So they know fake fans and fake boxing fans gonna keep the sport alive as far as boxers not getting treated well. You know what I'm saying? These fans will see guys lose and act like they don't see nothing. Those are the fans that kill boxers. That's why some of your favorite fighters like Berlanga and all these other guys y'all be running around for, that's why they ain't not on Top Rank no more. That's why they're not on Top Rank no more. Y'all really don't support the guys, and then the certain guys y'all don't hold accountable. Then y'all just hold certain guys accountable. And so when y'all just pick and choose who y'all want to actually hold certain standards for, it kills the sport of boxing. That's why it looks like the way it does now. Nobody's really paying attention to boxing like they used to. Now when you got Jake Paul and all these guys coming on the same day, they don't even know what's the real boxing match now. It all looks the same now. It all looks the same. But yeah, it's just funny how I noticed that, man. I'm like, dang, people, if certain people leave certain companies or don't do certain things or have a certain fight at a certain time, you know, I know people be trying to worry about what Tank's next fight is, and he's not even someone that they watch, but they'll sit up here and try to act like he's the guy that's on their radar. But not these guys right here. You got a lot of guys leaving Top Rank right now. You're talking about big time names leaving. That means they're not coming back. They're not finna get a second contract. That means they're going for good as of right now. Some people tend to come back, but right now it's not looking good. That's just the nature of the beast, though. But if I see a lot more of this, I already know it's a roster turnover, though. Like I said, if Shakur Stevenson is one of the oldest guys on the roster, that's a problem. Definitely. Or one of the longest tenure on the roster. One of the longest tenure. He's been there almost longer than most of the guys who's there, so that goes to show you, man. Quick turnaround going around at Top Rank. They starting to reload the roster. Bob Arum said he happy with the new talent he got, so he knows what he got. He got some good fighters too. Man, he got some good talent on Top Rank right now. A lot of these other guys, they just signing fighters who Bob Arum just got through with already. So a lot of these other promotional companies, they don't do nothing but go to the thrift store. They don't really get no new talent like that most of the time. They kind of screw themselves most of the time. But it'll definitely be a good bounce back lesson for a lot of guys as far as knowing how the business works and what people are looking for, because a lot of times you can win a fight, but people still will say you're not as entertaining enough. So I don't know if these people really like boxing like that. I don't know if they want to be entertained or if they want to see a good. I don't know if they want to see a good fight or they just want to see I know you want to see a guy a good fight, but they want to see a guy win. They want to be entertained and all that other stuff. Sometimes winning ain't entertaining, you know. Sometimes they're boring fights. But at these times, you know, people don't really look at it like that. They'll kind of say, well, we expect this and this from you, so if we can't get that, we'll probably just move on. Or so definitely the hard fights and things like that definitely is something that guys are trying to stay taking and accepting, but it gets hard to do over time, especially when your body doesn't hold up the same way it used to. It's just things happen, that's all. But it definitely feels like Top Rank's gonna do a good job as far as with this roster, because from the talent I've seen, it's light years ahead of where it was 2 years ago. But that's all I got, though. Like and subscribe.